All right, friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for the 31st of August, 2019. Happy Saturday. Right, we've got a really strong weekend, bringing a lot of really positive and intense energies into next week. This is going to carry through all weekend into next week very deeply. And the main focus is our communication. All right. We've been focused on self-awareness with the sun creating a trine over to Uranus, catching up to Mars. Everything is in Virgo right now. Virgo is the ruling sign of what? Of Mercury. And Mercury has just joined the rest of everybody here. Again, this is all of our personal planets in the sign of Virgo. This is very specific. This is also a little bit more on the rare side. This doesn't happen all that super often when we have all 5 of our personal planets in the same sign, right? So this new moon was super powerful, and again, we've each been crossing Uranus. Each one has been crossing Uranus, and then creating, a trine, or excuse me, a square up here to Jupiter, and an opposition starting soon to Neptune. All right, this is all coming up this next week, so everything is here, and it's all kind of being challenged for our own personal expansion, our own our own breakthroughs. Again, our personal awareness of who we are, where we're going, what we're doing on this planet. And a very important aspect of that is our communication. Okay, Mercury rules our communication, our mental thoughts, on how we're thinking about things, all right? And in the sign of Virgo, again, it is very, very, very focused. Where we say this is like an AM radio over here in Gemini, where this is the satellite, the digital radio. There's no bleed here. It's just like you want to dial into, new age, you're going to hear the new age. If you're dialed into oldies, expect to hear the oldies. And we're in this process of changing the radio station that we're listening to. Not that we can't appreciate the oldies. Okay, this right here, the sextile between Neptune and Saturn, where we're changing the radio station, we're changing the whole game. Maybe we're switching the car itself. We're switching the car from AM to FM, and then we're switching the car from FM to satellite and an aux cord. Right? It's like this great change is coming amongst us, and the meat of the day, the meat of the weekend, is our communication. Are we focused on our communication? Are we deliberate? Are we direct? Okay, we need to be very direct in our communication. Because if we can't ask for it, how can we possibly receive something that we're not asking for? How can we possibly achieve something that we're not communicating properly with others? And I've been saying this for, maybe a week or two. When somebody says, "Oh, you don't understand. You don't understand." And they bring this up during arguments, during quarrels or something, or just in general conversation. "Oh, you don't understand." It's just like, well, that means that whoever's saying that is not communicating how they feel properly. And right now, the moon, our emotional moon, is in the sign of Virgo. It's in the later degrees, and it's forming this trine up there to Saturn and to Pluto. Pluto's all about transformation, right? Transforming how we govern ourselves. And further, it's about sinking deeper, Pluto's about going to the depths of something. So it's just like, well, if we're speaking surface level communication, we're not going to the depths of where we need to go. We're not going to, have these magical phrases that string together that go in one ear and say, aha, that's it. Now we're passing the ball back and forth. It's very achievable. Again, everything is very achievable. Even if we're creating something that seems very difficult right now, even if we're creating the largest mountain for ourselves to climb. And some of us are. We're creating our new life, and that new life comes with its challenges. That new life, again, it's not an easy road. It's not a flat path. So for us, creating something, again, is creating that. There's no better word. We're creating a mountain that we're putting together that we have to get up and over. And this is our life's purpose. This is whatever we are set out to do, put in motion right now. Again, she's becoming very much in focus right now, especially with the sun and Mars all creating this trine to Uranus, and Mercury's coming there too. So we have to watch what we say, because things can come out in explosion. All right, it's the unpinched hose. It's you're sitting here like looking at it like, what's going on with this thing? And your cousin's back there, it's got it pinched, and and then everything comes out at once, well, this, and this, and this, and this, and this cherry on the top. And, and it can be the straw that broke the camel's back. So our communication is very important, to not only be direct, to be, to reconfirm things that we're communicating, to be absolutely certain. And what we're saying is the truth. What we're saying is coming from a place of heart-centeredness, right? We do see this sextile happening down here between the North Node, and it's going to hit every single one at a time. All right. So all of these, have trine to Uranus, with the exception of Mercury, which is why I'm saying the next couple of days here, we got to watch our communication today, tomorrow, and to Monday. Our personal breakthroughs, okay, leads to our self-healing, our self-purpose, our deeper self-purpose. We're creating that. We're creating it. Okay. But try not to fly with this energy. On the other side is like the analytical, yes or no, and we don't want to be too conditional. I say that about Virgo season. We don't want to be overly conditional. We want to continuously give to something. We want to have boundaries, but we want to give things without being conditional. It's not like, okay, the dog peed on the rug, you're getting rid of the dog. That's, we're not throwing people out of the way. We're not throwing animals out. We're not throwing, well, you know what I'm saying. So when that pinched hose can kind of come abruptly, the communication can be abruptly, or this aha moment is abrupt, whatever it is, try when it comes to communicating with other people to not, throw daggers from our mouths. Because around 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time, the moon will move into Libra, where this is about our relationships with other people. Okay, so as far as Saturday night goes, we can expect a very sociable, a fun, a caring, a giving, communicative, very constructive, communicative evening. Right, so it should be a lot of fun. We're kind of wrapping up the last few weeks of the summer here, so this should be a really fun weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Getting that little bit more of air energy add into the mix, because it's a lot of practical earth stuff, which is just like, I want to create the building blocks of life. I want to figure out, what this is, and if I'm stuck, if I'm hung on something, how do I need to rethink it? How do I need to reword it so that it becomes clear and precise and focused for ourselves and for others, right? So if we have a group of, so for myself, I need to be very certain what I'm doing right now. What services am I offering to others? How am I helping out? How am I setting myself up to be able to live, a positive life, or just to simply to live? And then further with other people, we're going to start, the moon's now moving into the other half, where we're really, everything is considering other people. So who's coming along with us? Is this a solo journey? Am I just by myself? Or if there's other people involved in this, we're building a school, well, then we have to have a curriculum. We have to have, who's playing what role, and we have to have clear communication to build that bridge so everyone is absolutely, certain as to what they're doing. Like that big, the big carnival, or the big parade we were talking about 2 weeks ago or whatever. It's just like, okay, this energy is just like we're constructing and putting all the pieces together. So our communication is absolutely, absolutely important to make sure that this whole train goes off, without a hitch, so that this whole parade, doesn't train and wreck into itself. So these people are we're all moving together. All right. So our communication is very, very, very key over the next couple of days. It's going to be great. All right. So have a happy Saturday. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. We'll see you tomorrow.